Hello everybody, hello. If anyone's online, we are here ready to rock and roll, looking at all the streams. Are we live? I think we are. Wow. Are we ready for this? Live streaming, YouTube, Twitch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is John McLauchlan with JA Memories. We are live once again. My camera is awfully bright. Let me go into the settings and see about that. I am on my webcam. Today we are talking about OBS, setting up Elgato Stream Decks. We're talking about working with bitfocus companion. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We are all about technology, about setting up live streams. We did a lot of live streams. Let me know if you're in the chat. Thank you for watching, and see if you guys are enjoying yourselves. Let me know if the audio is too loud. I'm gonna play around with my camera settings in the in this. I'm gonna configure the video. What is up with this? I've got a lot of noise in here. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. I feel like I've got a lot of noise. Tweaking the brightness. I don't know. Oh, let me know what you guys think, because to me it just looks a lot of noise in there. My balance is set to automatic. But we're good to go there. And turn on autofocus. Apply that, see if that helps at all. Maybe that is it. I had this all set up yesterday. Oh, exposure. There we go. That's too bright. My light's up as high as they can go. Might need to add some more. There. But we'll go with that. We're gonna look and see if I can get a different camera today. That's not what I wanted to talk about today, but yeah, all right. So obviously my live streams are all about technology. We are setting up live streams, and my focus is now all jacked up because there's too much in the screen. Yeah. Let me do this. Properties, configure video. Where's my mouse? Camera control. Focus. I set that to auto. I've got so many other cameras. I don't know why I'm still using my web camera. As much as this web camera is a decent web camera, it's not as good as a standalone camera. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get better cameras, better configurations, and go that route. I think that'd be a better option. But if you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, we're on live on Twitch and on YouTube. Thanks for hanging out with us today. My name is John McLauchlan. I am here. I'm working on, a few things that I'm working on right now. We are looking at companion and bitfocus. And so for those that don't know, companion, bitfocus companion is a software that, I don't know why this is not staying in focus. I almost need to get I need to go back here. I apologize, guys. This camera's not wanting to stay in focus. Maybe it's just my eyes. I'll say I'm focused on. Oh, because it was still set to autofocus. Okay, see if that stays focused. Hopefully that's better. Okay. So bitfocus companion is a software that allows you to control a wide variety of hardware, software to make your live streams a lot better. We all have heard of the Elgato Stream Decks. This is a standard version of the Elgato Stream Deck. I own two. I actually own 4 Stream Decks, 2 XL and 2 standard. The Stream Decks come native with the Elgato Stream Deck software, but the power behind the Stream Deck comes when you pair it with bitfocus companion. Bitfocus companion allows you to control a lot more pieces of hardware through networking. And bitfocus companion is an open source software which is allows the community to build pieces together. A lot of the developers of the apps, the connections and things like that have been built based on the live environment that is what bitfocus companion is all about. I'm going to pull up my page, and you can see down here the main page for bitfocus companion. Now I'm connected through the network. There are a few things that go into setting up a bitfocus companion software. The nice thing about using bitfocus companion is you don't need to use an Elgato Stream Deck. You can do what's known as an emulator. You can have web buttons, and you can also control the Elgato from an Android or Apple phone using their software, whether you're connected. The key is being connected to the network that is controlling your device. Now, the Stream Decks have to be on par. They have to be connected to the actual companion computer. And then there's a way for you then to connect other instances through companion bitfocus satellite. I'm saying it backwards. It's actually bitfocus companion. I'm getting them mixed up, but the companion satellite allows you to have other computers that are talking to the parent focus. So right now my computer behind me, the one that you see right here, that is what's running the actual software, bitfocus companion. And then I'm controlling these two companions, the Elgato Stream Decks, through that. So what I'm going to do today is I've got to figure out a way to control my Stream Deck. I want to be able to control the Atem Mini, turn things on and off like microphones. I want to be able to transition when it's time, even do some lower thirds if I can. And then at the same time, I want to be able to control my OBS instances to be able to control the difference between the be able to control the transitions. So instead of having to use my mouse and transition from scene to scene, I can just hit a button that transitions. Plus, I have other scenes available in my display. So if I want to do a scene like this, I don't have to do a 2-button push on my mouse. I can just hit a button that transitions the button over to that scene. And that's all possible through bitfocus companion. Now you'll notice up here on my screen that you have that you have this main transition. So this right here is your how to get into the actual bitfocus companion. So I've got to be careful because I'm looking at my screen. If I mess up a little bit, right in front of me is my display that everybody's seeing. But I'm looking, my actual control is off to the side. So occasionally I will think I'm pushing a button and sit there for just a second to transition. And what's happening is I'm trying to hit a button that's just a display and not the actual control. So over here on the connections is where all the power is. I'm not going to go into how to set up companion. There are plenty of videos out there that have how to get companions set up originally, but once you have your connections, we have a bunch of different connections that are not used right now. Everything from we have the Atem Minis, all of the Blackmagic equipment, most of the Atem Blackmagic equipment is connected. You can connect Blackmagic. They have a great interface that allows you to control most of the settings. VLC is another great tool to use with bitfocus companion. This one right here is my Atem Mini Extreme. I will have that connected, and I am using that. That's actually quite easy. All you need is the device's IP address, and then it will automatically detect, or you can write it down. H2R graphics, we're not going to get into H2R graphics today. One, it's not configured correctly for my setup right now. I have used H2R graphics in previous live streams. I've talked about it. John Barker, the developer of H2R graphics, has extensive tutorials on how to use it, and he's always upgrading it. I do have their pro version. I highly recommend getting that. But we are going to, the other one we're going to use is OBS. And the key behind OBS is making sure that you have your settings correct, your username and the password that you're going to use. And then once you have it connected, like I said, I'm not going to go into how to connect these devices and these programs simply because that would take too long time. That's not what I'm here to do today. I'm here to focus on creating pages and creating a way to get, be able to transition some of the OBS studio connections so that I can have buttons. What you're seeing on my screen is the sample of an Elgato Extreme, and even though I have a standard, I just know that I need to stay within the first 4 buttons and the first 3 rows. If I stay in this grid right here, I can then get my settings. Now I can, since I have my settings set up, I actually can change this to 5. Edit grid size. Max is and then let me see about buttons. What was buttons? 1 over too many on both. So settings, edit grid. Now, okay, so now I have my actual, so I can't build out. So once you go into the settings and you change that, that allows you to know, hey, this is what I can live in. I can't build a page any bigger than this. Now, the nice thing about bitfocus Companion is you do have 99 pages. So if you are going to, and I actually have some stuff on page 99, I didn't even realize that. So, you know, and this actually is a perfect example of my having some buttons already pre-built. But we're gonna live on page 1, and we're gonna start simply by clicking on a button. And I'm gonna go over to my presets. bitfocus Companion has a good tool that the community has built in where whatever connection you have, whatever device you have, if there are presets, you'll find them under the presets tab for all of your devices. If you have 13 different devices connected and they have presets available, you'll see 13 of these boxes that you can select. Right now I've got OBS and I've got the Atem right here. And all of these presets are very easy to get into. Now, I want to set up first off, I want to be able to set up a transition button to be able to trigger, hey, let's go ahead and move a transition over. And they have a great button for transition. They have 3 different transitions. They have auto, cut, and fade. So I'm gonna grab this and put this actually down here on 2, 3. No, let's do it 2, 4. And what that does is, if you look at my Stream Deck, let me pull up my camera full and show you my companion. You see, now I have that auto button that we saw before. So it matches the transition. And what it does, you see how, so if you notice, if I hit this button, it's now transitioning it works instantaneously. As soon as you add those buttons to your layout, it actually works. So the next thing I want to do on my button is I want to be able to select what scene goes in preview. There's two ways you can run Companion. You can run, I take that back. There's two ways you can run OBS. You can do what's called auto transitions, which means it's just regular mode. You have one scene, and as soon as you click on your scene, it automatically takes that to live broadcast. The other way is in a traditional studio configuration, which is called studio mode, which gives you a preview and a program feed. The program feed goes out obviously to the world, and if you stream through OBS or take OBS into the Atem, which brings me to a good point. Let me discuss that for just a second, my layout of what I'm doing. So I've got my web camera plugged into OBS through my computer. I've also got a display capture of all three of my displays on my computer. I've also got my PlayStation, which is displaying this awesome background just in the screen layout, so I can, you know, if I ever wanted to go to something awesome, I could do this, or I can transition back. So I've got several sources built into OBS. I want to be able to preview before I take on the air what I'm going to take, make sure that I've got what I really want up there, and then that then goes up by hitting the auto button to the transition. So that's studio mode. That's the way I operate. I've worked in broadcast numerous, I've said it a couple times even this weekend, I've worked in broadcast for a while, so I'm used to the A-B transitions rather than a simple cut or a simple auto fade on there by clicking on a scene and automatically taking. I like to be able to see it, preview it, make sure it's what I want, and then take it on the air. Does that mean I don't make mistakes? I don't put things up on the screen that I don't want? Absolutely not. I have been notorious for thinking I'm on the right scene and clicking something. So having the Elgato Stream Deck with my preset builds, I'm able to then see with words what really is there. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our bitfocus companion layout. So I've got 5 main scenes. So we are going to go to number 1. Actually, let's go to the presets because it's where the things are. So if I go over to the OBS Studio layout, okay, you have scenes to program and scenes to preview. Again, if you have your sources set up to be in auto mode, these may not work, but since I have it in studio mode, I can select this. So I have all of these are the names that show up in my OBS. Okay, so this is the scene you're looking at right now is actually called the big main display. It's just something that I know that I can quickly grab. BRB1 is be right back. That scene, if I grab this scene and put it over on 1 and I click on it, I'm going to click on it right now, it brings up in preview my bring back be right back. And then I can hit the other button, and now you guys can't see me, but you can still hear me, is my back button. Now, this is the power of bitfocus companion, because obviously when I bring up my be right back button, and by the way, I don't want bring be right back, I don't want that on this spot. I want this to be some of my other scenes. So if I moved this into this spot and I need to move it, I simply click on my move button down here, select my button that I want to move, and tell it where I want it to be. So I want move the be right back to be down here with the other button. I want that to be able to be say, hey, this is what's going on, okay? Now, I want my ending button. Here's my ending button. I can put that down here. But again, I messed up because I have one more button that I want to have, which is starting. Again, I can move my buttons wherever I want. I'll always start by hitting the move button, select your move, and then select your destination. And then I want to put starting over here. Now, the three main scenes that I use is, depending on how I'm doing it, the overlay button is my scene that is the one that I start all my streams with, which is this scene right here. This is my scene to go to right out of the show, before I show anything else, introduce myself, and get people going. Then I can hit my auto button because I'm in the previous scene. After that, we have, depending on what I'm doing, if I'm doing PlayStation stuff, like when I do my streams on, if I'm doing, say, I'm playing Fortnite, I play on the PlayStation. I've got two different scenes for both my display and my PlayStation. I've got big and mini. Mini means the position where it is. Big, obviously, is this right here, what you're looking at. The big display, main display, means that the main display is the biggest piece that you're seeing, and mini means it's down where my camera is, and my camera is back up. So I'm actually going to do two rows of this. I'm going to do my PlayStation is going to go below on number 1, 2. And I'm going to put that here, big, and then I'm going to put the mini PlayStation right next to it. So if I wanted to go to the PlayStation, I can put it in preview, and then I can transition that out. And simply by hitting auto back, because obviously with the playback, the preview program, you always have, unless you change your source, you can always move back. Then I want to go with the big display. I want to be consistent, so I'm going to put big main display first, and then I'm going to go with the mini display after that. Now you see how your buttons are starting to get filled up. So you obviously need to figure out where you want stuff to be. Now I do have this one other button here, which is the webcam full. I'm going to put that next to my main display, because if I select this button, now if you notice, my display is green. That tells me that it's on preview and it's coming up next. Now, what is the webcam full? Very simply, if I hit auto, it is my main display without all the graphics that come with my OBS settings. So it's literally just the webcam full into OBS. A couple other ones I do have an Atem. If I take that right now, I believe that will cause a lot of grief because of the fact that that's going to, actually I take that back. That is, so the Atem is the web camera out of the webcam. So the Atem Mini with the latest update, actually a couple updates ago, the Atem Mini, they actually gave you the option of changing the web camera out of your Atem Minis so that you can put whatever you want out. Right now, currently, I am pushing the PlayStation out so that I have a way of displaying that. Now, here's the best part of the Elgato Stream Deck. A couple features, and we're gonna play around with this because this is, again, I wanna move this button because I put it in the wrong spot. So I'm gonna click on move, Atem Mini, and move it over here to this one. Now, I wanna do something else. I want this function to do something other than just bring up preview and then allow me to change. I want to be able to, when I click on this, okay, this button here, I want it also to add another feature. I want it to go to a specific page, a second page on my Stream Deck so that I can then select a bunch of other stuff, and we'll go there in just a second. So we're gonna add a step. We're gonna click up here and we're gonna click on internal. I want it to surface set to page, okay? I want it to be on the current surface that I'm on, and then I want to go to page 2. Okay? Now, being that, so I now have this set to my big PlayStation background. When I click on this, what you guys didn't see is it went to a different page. And let me go to, you see how that, so watch this, I'm gonna hit this button here. You guys can't see me. Oh, hold on, I apologize, let me transition that. Okay. So, I'm going to, I want main mini. I want big mini main. Okay, so now watch what happens when I hit this Atem Mini on the Stream Deck. I select that, and now I'm on page 2, and what you guys can't see is that it's actually on that second display. So I now can select the Atem Mini in my display. But what's the power of that? Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to go to a different page on my Stream Deck? So what I'm wanting to do is, because I can take whatever I want out of the Atem Mini, I want to be able to feed back into the Atem a different set of, say I want to take something else out. I want to be able to change back to the control what I'm feeding back into Atem. Now there may be times that I have already pre-configured the button that I know exactly what it is, and I'm going to show you guys how to bring it back really quickly. And having the functionality of that back, being able to go back to the home page, is very crucial. So if we go back to our main display, you know, Atem Mini has already been selected. Right now, the overlays is selected, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to change over to page 2. Page 2 has nothing yet. Just so you know, this page 2 display, we can edit that and change the names. This is our Atem Mini output. Now when I do that, you notice the name on this page 2 has changed. That's one way to distinguish your pages as to what that is. That allows you to keep track of what's on each page. Now, this button right here on the Stream Deck, if I select this button here, I'm going to switch over to the big so that you guys can see it big. No, see me big. If I select this button right here, you notice how the page changed. Then if I go back here, put the Atem Mini, now I'm back on the page. Okay, so that home button right there, that home button is always going to be able to be a shortcut back to your home page. Now you can move that page, that button. If you do, you lose that functionality. It's very important that you have a way to get home. And depending on how many buttons you have available and how many things you want to do on that page, you may need more than 1 or 2 pages to do that. So what are your options to do that with? So you can select and take this off. I think they took that away. I don't know why. Huh. I gotta look into that because right now, the way this is configured, I can't adjust these 3 buttons. Or maybe, actually, I take that back. I'm on the wrong display. I'm clicking on here, and this is what I was talking about earlier. I'm on the wrong display. So if I come over to here, yes, you can select this. You can delete this page. However, before you do that, I would encourage you somewhere else, or even in the same spot, if you're gonna do this, put a home button. But it doesn't make much sense that you would put a home button other than you just want to be, you don't want it in that position. So you click on the button, you go back to the home page. So what do I want on these buttons? Well, one of the things I want to do is I want to create some presets for my output. So I'm going to go and see if they have a preset for the output. Now I'm looking. Oh, preview key. It does not look like they have output selected. So we're going to have to go back, and we're going to have to go back to our button. We're going to create a button. So if you don't have a preset, you have to create a manual button yourself. But there are still ways to get further into it so that you have other options available. And we saw a little bit of it before. So once you have your button created, you get a bunch of settings here that will allow you to utilize more than just one thing. So I want to change, I'm going to go to my ISO, which is my Atem Mini ISO. Oh, I selected off. I want to set the aux output. I'm gonna hit done. We're gonna change to 1 or 2. That actually is not what I want because I'm not using 1 or 2 aux out. I want to see if they have a webcam out, and I don't know if they do. So I'm gonna delete that and then delete this as well. We're gonna go back in here and see if we have a webcam output. Looks like they may not have this, so if they don't, so it looks like in this version, they don't have the webcam out. So what I wanted to do, I can't do. So that means I need to either update the software or I'm going to, before I sign in, I'm going to go back to my overlays, auto, and that's how fast it is. So with that, let me sign in and see if I can get the latest version of Stream Deck. I would not recommend doing this while you're live, but if it's not there, then I need to reach out to the community and go, hey, since the Atem can now actually have a webcam out, then it would be nice to be able to control that from bitfocus companion. Because it is a crucial thing, being able to change your outputs. Give me a second while I try to sign in. Wow. Not having much luck with signing in today. Download the latest version. I always go for the stable version. There are a lot of people out there that will love to get a version that is the beta version, because you do get a lot of features. They also have a experimental version available. I'm not one of those guys that like playing around with beta versions. If you are, great. I'd encourage you to check it out and get in on it, because they do have a lot of access to that. So, you know, and that's one of those features that you may want to jump back into. So what I'm gonna do is, in fact, this won't work because I'm on the wrong computer. So I've got to do it over there on my other computer. So I'll work on that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna set up another button. I'm gonna go back to my buttons here. and I'm gonna go back to page 1, and on this be right back, I'm gonna set up another function. So let's go back to the big display. So I'm on my be right back button, and we saw what that does. It brings this up, but you still hear my audio. So what I want to do is I want to turn off my microphone. So there's no way that I can, if I go to be right back, I'm not having to hunt down my mic to shut my mic off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a function to this button. Again, adding a function simply by going down the list, selecting the device, which is my ISO, and I'm going to go to the Fairlight. Now, with the Atem line of switchers, all of their audio devices are connected through Fairlight. So we're going to go ahead and Fairlight set input mix. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to come over to our input. My microphone is on mic 2. Mono, channel 2, and I'm going to turn it off. Okay, now, one thing to keep in mind when I just realized something. I can't do that. Because what am I doing with this button? I'm hitting this button to bring it into preview. So if I hit this button right now, I'm gonna hit it. So I'm starting in. I'm gonna hit this button and I'll show you what happens. So that function, and this is something that you have to deal with when you're programming, is you have this great idea of what you want to do, but in all honesty, sometimes it doesn't work out. And it does take some time to master the best way to do it. Now, one thing I can do is, instead of doing this button as a button of bring it on preview, I could select this button, same thing with starting, bringing be right back, and ending. I can bring all of these on as bring it on program. And that's very simple. Going back to my OBS studio, scene to program, instead of being a preview button, bring this over, and simply by dragging that over, I now overrode my settings. So if I click on the button again, you see now this is going to be set to program. So if I click on this, it's now automatically on program, and it brings it up. Now, by doing it that way, I want to just double check the transition. I want to make sure it's set to auto. I don't want a fast cut. I'm going to check one more time. It does dissolve in instead of cutting. So now, because it's an automatic transition to that program, I can now go back and select my audio to come off at the same time. Now, before I do that, let me think through this, because if I turn off the audio, I've got to have a way to bring the audio back on. So I have this one button spot left on the main page that's not doing anything right now. And for the moment, I think it'd be better, because I have this open spot. Hey, let's just make things easy. Let's create a button and go into the Blackmagic, and we're gonna see, do they have anything with audio? And the answer is no, they have nothing with audio. So what we're gonna do is we're going to create a button here, and we're going to go in again to the ISO, look down at fair site, and set our audio mix, input mix option. Okay? Now, go back to our mic 2, it's mono channel 2. Now, because we want this to be a responsive, we're going to leave it set to toggle on and off. But I have to have a way of realizing, hey, is the mic live? Is the mic off? And that's where this feedback tab comes into. Click on feedback. You have a whole bunch of options on this feedback. Just like before, you come to your ISO, and we're looking at the Fairlight audio mix option. Again, we're going down, we're going to change to the stereo channel 2, and we're going to say, is it on? If it is, it's going to be green. Now we're going to duplicate this and they have some nice ways of duplicating, deleting, and making your life a lot easier so that you're not having to do a bunch of repetitive actions and spending a bunch of time. So if you duplicate that action, and we're going to come down here, we're going to click this to off, but we're going to change the color to red. So now, if I click my button, you see it green there. If I click it here, but if I turn it on again, you now can hear me. That's a quick, easy way of getting this down. Now, obviously, when I look at my Stream Deck and I see a green or red button, I'm not going to remember a couple of days from now what exactly that is. How do I get a name or some indication of what that is? To come up to the top, you have this text string. You have a couple options. You can add a picture through a ping. They recommend a square ping, and you do have a limit on the size, or you can just write text. And I'm gonna put mic 2B, because that's what it is. And on is green and red is blue. Now, coming back to my Be Right Back button, I still want to turn my mic off whenever I go to Be Right Back. Okay? So, in order to do that, I simply come down to my settings. Now, since I have been using the same function, this is another awesome feature of bitfocus Companion is if you've used a function before and you're using the same function, you can click on this down, instead of clicking on the folder to bring up the whole menu, you can bring down the recently used functions by clicking on this little down arrow. And I want to set the mix, Fairlight audio mix, select my mic, and I want to turn it off. So now, this button does exactly what I want it to do. It's going to bring up Be Right Back, and I'll be back. Now, if you noticed, you didn't hear my mic, and you had the scene Be Right Back. So this is just a small portion of what bitfocus can do. Bitfocus has the option of having that wide range. In the broadcast world, we call it macros, and you can literally build complex macros to do a wide range of of tools and functions. And as you saw, I'm controlling multiple devices, multiple instances from one button. And there is no limit to what you can do. If you even have the ability to add delays into the function. So if you notice something is not working quite right, you might have to add a slight delay from when one function runs to something else, so that it has time for each function to run in a perfect sequential order. Because sometimes when you're doing functions, you want it to first mute your mic, then go down. Or you may want it to go to black and then go mute your mic, because you may hit the button and you want to talk for another 2 seconds saying goodbye. I don't know. There's a wide range of things that you can do using bitfocus Companion, and we set this up in, I don't even know how long we've been live yet. I mean, we've been live for what? We've been live for what, an hour? So, yeah. We went live at 2:30, it's 3:30 now, so we've been live for an hour. So, you know, and that's the thing about some of this stuff that you are looking to do. You know, you want the functionality, you want the ability to do wide range of functions and because what is your overall goal? Obviously, in the world of broadcast, you want things, especially when you're doing things on your own, you want to make your life as easy as you can. Now, in another stream down the road, we're going to go ahead and physically work on H2R graphics. I know you can bring it into OBS. Right now, I've got H2R graphics tied into my Atem. Now, obviously, having it built into the Atem, it works great. The one problem I get is if I use the Atem, I can't tie it back to Twitch. And I'd like to have all my streams synchronized across a wide range of devices, across a wide range of feeds. And at some point down the road, you might find me live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook at the same time. Today, we're live on YouTube and Twitch. If you're here watching, thank you for watching. Let me know in the chat that you're watching. And as always, don't forget, if this is your first time, thanks for hanging out. Give us a thumbs up. Let me know that you're watching and hit that subscribe button. We have followers. I'm trying to build up my Twitch audience. JA Memories, we do tech talk. And down the road, we're going to be doing videos on specific pieces of equipment. I'll demo the microphones I'm using. I'll be demoing, just like I did today, the Atem minis. I'll be demoing other hardwares. I've got another mic at the office. I've got a PTZ camera over here that I'd like to demo on the channel. And the thing about JA Memories, we don't just talk about, you know, using these tools. We use these tools every day in our daily work environment. I work for a ministry where I'm the broadcast engineer, and I'm using these tools to create live streams every day. So coming on here and doing my own thing is just an added bonus. One, it allows me to practice what I'm doing for the live shows with the ministry, but also it allows me to reach out to the community and say, hey, if you need help in these things, if you want to take take it to the next level, if you're looking to grow what you're doing, I've got the tools that you might need. I've got availability of products that you can purchase through JA Memories and get a discount on. I see Rick is live on YouTube. Thanks, Rick, for hanging out. Hope you're having a blessed Sunday. And one of the things about all of the environments, all of the tools that we are using, all come into basically one function, and that is to make our clients succeed. That is our goal. JA Memories has a simple goal of helping our clients succeed. And as you saw, we do make a few mistakes here and there. We still stumble over some of these setups, because setups are one of the most complex steps of a live stream. Getting over the hurdles of setup oftentimes is the biggest caveat to stopping people from doing what they want to do, because of the fact that they are oftentimes afraid to step out. They're afraid to jump over the hurdle, and or they get to the point where they are comfortable with the setup, but because of all the trouble that it took to get there, they oftentimes will shirk and fall back. I know we were live, every week last year since I think August of last year. We went live every week we went live, save maybe one or two throughout the year, and then when Christmas hit, we took a break for Christmas, and then the new year started and life just got busy. And I mean, it got busy. Had some family things we had to deal with. We had things, and I wasn't going live. But I knew this was the time to start going live again, and I wanted to reach out to a different community, as well as continue doing my live streams on YouTube. So that's why we're looking at OBS. OBS is used across the board with so many users, so many people. And here's the best part. I'm actually gonna try this out tomorrow. We're gonna go live again tomorrow night. I gotta double check with my wife, because it's always important with my wife to make sure that things are right. I want to make sure that she is happy with me going live. I gotta double check with her, but if everything works out, I wanna go live tomorrow, but I'm gonna try, and I apologize if it doesn't work ahead, but I'm gonna try to go live through OBS to YouTube and Twitch. Obviously, OBS allows you to stream to multiple people, multiple platforms. So if that works out, I'm gonna try to do it. So look forward to that. I think we might get an actual better view on YouTube than what the output from my computer that is feeding OBS is not clean. If you look at, let me do this. I'm gonna do this. Oh yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll do, here we go. All right, so let me show you. This is the other thing that I like about OBS. I can change my scenes real fast. No, I don't want to change. I accidentally hit exit. So I want to take. I'm going to take this online. So you can see this right here. Now, this may cause a loopback on one of the channels. I think it's doing it on. Hopefully this won't be a loopback issue here. Yeah, it's looping back. It's gonna cause problems. So I can't. But if you noticed up front when you first looked at it, the fact that the image on Facebook didn't look the same as it did on Twitch. Unfortunately, I can't. You get video loopback if you do that too much, and that could be a problem. And I know Facebook and YouTube, Twitch won't like that overall. So don't forget, if you're not on Twitch and you like Twitch and you are a member of Twitch, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitch. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and also thanks for all the help in the community. We are building up our live streams, trying to get things going, and are excited to see what comes forth. So like I said, we will be live tomorrow. We're looking at doing a live show tomorrow. I've got one other button to work on, and then I think we're gonna call it quits. And that is the ending button. So one of the most crucial parts of a live stream is having a smooth transition to end your live streams. Because obviously if you don't, then something in the end, you stumble, and it creates a sense that you're unprofessional. So I have my ending screen available, and I can take it online. And right now it's set to preview. But just like the Be Right Back, which I select, it brings up the Be Right Back automatically, and it shuts my mic off. I want to do the same thing with the ending screen. So going back to presets, OBS Studio, scene to program. Select my ending. Make sure it says ending 1, set to program scene. Now, just like before where the Be Right Back scene mutes my mic, I want that to do the same thing. So we're gonna go ahead and add this. Set input mix on the Fairlight mix on the ISO. On mic 2, mono channel 2. I want to turn that off. Okay. Now, one thing that I can do is, because the overlay is always going to be my first scene that I take, I can there really is no easy way, because there isn't one scene that I always take to start. And I can look at this and try to find some other things that will make the buttons work a little bit better, be able to bring that microphone on. But as of right now, we're going to just leave it the way it is, go with what we have. Because I think in this 1 hour, I think I've got a stream deck that allows me to have a functionality of tools that allow me to just do my job and do it well. I've got to work on I've got to talk with Companion to see how we can control what the output of the web camera is. Hopefully it's on the new stable version 3.5.4. And if it's there, then I'll update the software and go about it. I forgot I'm controlling the bitfocus companion from a different computer. The computer back right there behind me, where my finger is, that one. So I'm actually controlling that. So if I update the software here, that's not gonna help me. I gotta go back over there and update that computer. But on that note, hope everybody has a blessed Sunday. We will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. We will be live 8 o'clock, around 8 o'clock tomorrow night. That was my typical time, and we will look into, if I have time, I'm gonna look into doing some graphics, maybe throwing some graphics up there, and if I can get H2R graphics to work with my OBS studio, we might actually be live with that together. And who knows? Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, because you never know when I'll go live. All 3 of these live streams, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, were all unplanned. I just knew it was time to get on, and I'll do my best. If I do a PlayStation Fortnite stream, I'll make sure that I am obviously going to jump in and tell you guys on the notifications what we're doing. Try to keep that up to date so that it's not, you don't jump on thinking we're gonna play Fortnite and all of a sudden I'm talking about technology, and vice versa. You know, don't think we're talking about technology and all I do is play Fortnite all night. Which I don't mind doing personally, but you know, some people don't want to sit here watching me beat up a bunch of bots on Fortnite. So we're gonna actually jump off here and head over there, and then I'll see you guys next time. Well, we just got a first time chatter on the stream for Twitch, asking us not to end the stream. And you always have these streamers and viewers who jump on. So yeah, I am gonna end right now. But I wanted to say thank you for joining the community. Make sure you follow along. We'll be back tomorrow on the stream, and we'll be doing more technology tomorrow. So thank you for joining. I slide for Vaughn. I slide for Vaughn. Thank you for joining the community. Look forward to seeing you in future streams down the road. And yeah, thanks for doing that. And we will catch you guys tomorrow on another stream with J Memories Tech Talk.